Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Victoria 3 as Austria. So this part we're continuing to try to, somewhat balance the budget, which, isn't strictly accurate. The reality is we'll probably stop hemorrhaging money once we finish our government construction. So we may just have to sort of hold off on doing our own construction for a little bit, or at least doing anything particularly extensive in that regard. Just to try to deal with, all that debt we got. That's a fair bit. We're paying how much in, interest? 33.9 thousand in interest. That's a pretty penny. There are, of course, things we can research to help with that. But they only go so far. Under society, if we research mutual fund, it's a minus 2% loan interest rate. That's helpful. International exchange standard, minus 2% to loan interest rate. Again, it's helpful. Modern financial instruments, another minus 2% to loan interest rates. But again, it's not a whole lot. It only does so much to help. And those are our only options. You basically get I think in total it's like a minus 6% at best across all those techs. It really does not add a whole lot in terms of savings. Again, it does help. It's not a ton. But we are potentially going to have to consider passing landed voting because it has a lot of support. Luckily for us, the radicalism is not high right now, so we can kind of hold off on doing it until it has more support. That way it'll maybe be sort of a clean sweep coming in, but yeah, it's gonna cost us a bit potentially once we do it. There we go. See, we're not losing money anymore. We still have one iron mine being built. Once that's done, we can focus on trying to pay down our debt as much as physically possible. Ooh, Egyptian... Ooh. Egypt has a revolt! I assume you are wanting to institute your government, which is a military dictatorship. I guess it is, in a sense, a bit more liberal. In terms of, I guess, introducing more democracy compared to the current Egyptian government here. We may, depending on what options we have in terms of offering you our support, we will maybe do it. The big thing for me is I wonder if I can use this to try to take Sinai off your hands now. I don't think I'll be able to do that though. Oh, speaking of Sinai, let's go ahead and survey the Sinai's Isthmus. Or not Sinai, Suez. Why the hell am I thinking? It's the Suez, but I want to take Sinai. I can ask for an obligation. That's not what I want. Not what I want. Don't want an obligation. I want to take Sinai off your hands. And interestingly, you would not accept my support at all. And I'm a little confused as to why. Our relations are... Oh, okay, they're not the greatest, apparently. I'm a little confused as to why they're so bad, though. Oh, it looks like Egypt won their war against the Ottomans, I'm guessing, because they are forcing the Ottomans to pay war reps. So I think we know who won that war now. Yeah. Let's try to get this interest paid down, because God, that's gonna help us a lot if we can get that paid down. I don't have enough there. Again, I need somebody I can declare a rival against. Oops. Diplomatic actions. Well, where are you? Rivalry. Okay, I can declare a rivalry against Prussia or the Free States of America. I don't want to do it against Prussia because we're reversing our diplomatic relations with them, but I don't have a reason really to declare it against the Free States of America outside of just to get the influence, which, I mean, I guess is a good enough reason in some ways, but it's not my first choice. I'll take it, I guess. At least until I can damage relations with France enough to declare them a rival. I don't want to be friends with France. Screw France. They're French. We can decrease the autonomy of Bulgaria. Wonderful. So turn them into a puppet. It'll potentially get us a bit more money as well, because puppets pay more to us than dominions do. It's not going to be a ton, of course, but we'll take what we can get. You refuse to let me take on your debt because you are rebellious towards me. Okay. I know I want to do it. Would anybody potentially support Switzerland? Not super high chances. There is the theoretical potential that Britain or France could... Well, France probably not. France actually likes me more than they like Switzerland. Great Britain could, if they feel so inclined. Would they likely do it, though? They have a slightly larger army than us, and a significantly larger navy. But I'm not inclined to think that they really would, if I'm completely honest. Oh, also, yay, we took over Russia's in GDP. We're not too far behind France. We are miles behind the British East India Company. So that's not... Oh, shh. When did this happen? China fell apart again. I've never seen China fall apart. Holy shit, did we go and make a treaty port? China, hey! So, I know you just fell apart, and I don't know when you fell apart, but you did. Also, I like how we have a Chinese aristocratic revolt against China. I'm not sure where the aristocratic revolt is situated, though, because this is where China, the country that actually calls itself China, is. I'm not seeing the so-called... Okay. Oh, no, here they are. Okay, they're on Taiwan. Okay. God damn, this is a... I've never seen China collapse. Holy shit, this is interesting. This changes the entire play in Asia. Because usually I don't give a crap about Asia. But if China's just gonna collapse in on itself like this, well then, maybe we tried to exploit the situation. At least a little bit. I certainly wouldn't complain about taking over parts of China. Oh, yep, elective dictatorship. That would explain the flag. Makes perfect sense. I do kind of wish this would tell me what the name of your party is. Just out of curiosity. Oh, and you have critical radicalism for enacting homesteading. Yeah, I don't think China's gonna do too hot, if I'm completely honest with you. This is a general rule. I don't think many of these are gonna hold out. They don't have particularly... Well, they got ridiculous amounts of conscripts. They don't have a particularly large trained army. And of course, it depends a little bit on where they are. Some of them probably have more built up conscript centers than others. Oh my god, China's gonna be fun unless they somehow manage to find a way to put themselves back together, but I don't see that happening. Another general died. Oh, this one actually does need to be replaced. Hedonist, tactful. We'll go with tactful. Russia has a revolt in the Caucasus. Not gonna get very far. Well, I don't want to conquer a state, I want a treaty port. So Funjan would give me a treaty port. Or I can move a little bit further north. Go for Zhejiang. Or I could say, you know what, we're going to take Taiwan. But I don't think I can actually take it, because it's held by rebels, annoyingly. Yeah, I can't take it because it's held by rebels, annoyingly. Would certainly love to take Shanghai, just because it's Shanghai. Is it actually useful to take Shanghai? No, not in the slightest. Do I want to take it though? Yes, very much so. You could also choose to try to make you a protectorate, but you probably wouldn't accept this, any of you. Realistically, the AI generally does not accept becoming a protectorate. Even if they're really tiny, and it would probably be in their best interest to be a protectorate, the vast majority don't. Yeah, no, Da Chang is not worth taking unless I were to take Vietnam first, because then I don't have a connection here, so I have no way of getting to you. And by making you a protector, you would instantly join my market because of the market unification we have here. So realistically, if I were to do anything against anybody, it would probably be against, I don't know how to pronounce your name, actually. I want to say it's Yui, but I feel like it's probably not supposed to be pronounced as Yui. You are a warlord state. Well, that makes perfect sense. Most of you are probably well, I say then that immediately click on one who's a republic. You're a military dictatorship. Okay, you're all different then. Never mind. Feudal monarchy, republic, warlord state, constitutional. Okay, sure, Mongolia, whatever you want to be. Kyrgyzstan, military dictatorship, warlord state. Not Tibet. Tibet's not one of these. Yunnan is a theocracy. Yunnan, not to be confused with Hunan. I can take on your debt. I have zero reason to take on your debt. Da Chang. I have absolutely zero reason to do it. It's not a ton of debt. I could take it. I got no reason to, though, because it does not benefit me at all to take it off of you. We may need to consider moving into China at some point in the future, but it probably won't happen until after we build the Suez, because otherwise you have to sail all the way around Africa, and that just slows everything down. I don't usually exempt places just because it's kind of annoying. But we'll make an exception this time. The growth of branch lines along the main rail routes has been immensely valuable to the growth of our burgeoning rail industry. A child has been arrested for picking up coal alongside newly laid tracks. If the youth had been smart enough to steal the whole railroad, he would have been hailed as the Napoleon of industry. The railroads of Austria shall prosper. You guys are gonna have to build up a lot more railroads if you want to actually do this, but I don't have the money to build up railroads for you, so you're gonna have to figure it out yourself. That's not true. I suppose I could probably queue up one without breaking the bank. It just kind of slows things down a little. Why is West Slovakia having unrest? Or not unrest, turmoil. Why do you have so much turmoil? Presumably because you have a lot of radicals. Do you really have a lot of radicals? Information. Oh, new mandate available. Would really love if you just gave me like a straight number. Okay? Like that'd just be easier for us all. Now I actually have to go into population, then census data, choose West Slovakia, and see, okay, yeah, you got a little over 500,000 radicals in your region. Am I surprised by that? Not in the slightest. This will decrease mortality, which is great because that means people aren't dying as often. Which is helpful for our population to increase. We're number 7. At least we beat France. That's the most important part. Oh. Russia slightly overtook us again. I'm not a fan of that. See, ideological truth could be helpful if I wanted to maintain the landowners in charge. But at the end of the day, I don't really want to maintain the landowners in charge. Like, I really don't. So I would never choose that option. So we're going to go ahead. I think we're going to go ahead and improve. Well, actually, do I want to go ahead and max this out? Screw it. Let's go ahead and max out the defensive cooperation. So all block members can call power block members with the call ally sway in defensive diplomatic plays. Not particularly useful for us. I don't expect to have very many people. Oh, Parma left. Parma. How dare you? Where the hell's Parma? I don't see Parma. Did Parma get annexed, or did they change their name? Oh, they changed their name. No? Yeah, no, they did. I could have sworn you were always called Medina. But I guess not. I guess you were called Parma at one point. No, you're still in here. What? Oh, is this... Are you... No, I don't think so. I'm confused. Parma disappeared. Parma left. Parma should be up here. Because that's literally the capital of Medina. But Medina says that they're still in our thing, so Medina can't be Parma. And I don't think there were two countries here. I am confused. Whatever, we'll just leave that be. Oh, yes. Russia's relations with us have improved enough that they have ceased their embargo against us. Wonderful. Please drop your rivalry against me so we can actually maybe do this. I really gotta make it so you're no longer belligerent against me, but that's gonna be a while. None of those I think are losing us money too much. There we go. Hey! Oh, I can't break this until December of this year. Oh well, whatever. This also works for us to an extent. You want a defensive pact. Fine, I'll give you a defensive pact. Literally nobody's invading you. You were surrounded on every side except for a small border that you have with Schaumburg. Nobody's fucking going to war with you at all. There is absolutely zero worry. If anybody's going to potentially have a war declared against him, it'd be Schleswig from Denmark. Again, I will give you a defensive pact. This potentially helps a little bit in getting you to join our side. Not that it matters. I don't need you in my power block because once I launch my unification play, you'll be joining. Well, assuming you support me. If you don't, well, you'll be joining, just not willingly. It's really a question for you if you want to join willingly or not, honestly, at the end of the day. Who's in the anti-Russian society? Oh, the intelligentsia and the Catholic Church. Okay, yeah. That's also an interesting combination there, in my opinion. No, Tuscany, you don't need a defensive pact at all. Costs me more to have that with you than it does to guarantee your independence. Considering nobody's going to be attacking you, of course. France declares us a rival, that's fine with us. Oh, we're the number 2 power block. Wonderful. This is all based on prestige. So it's going to be quite a while until we would ever overtake the British, if at all. Especially because most of the prestige is us. The vast majority of the prestige is us. You have vassalization as your primary. Interesting. Spain wants a defensive pact. Now, Spain, I'll give you one. Again, I don't really think anybody's attacking you. France, honestly, is not super aggressive in Europe, as a general rule in my experience. But we're taking this because I want to try to get Spain in our power block if we can, but it's going to be a while. The reality is I think I would need to significantly increase our investment to have any real chance of that. They just have way too much of their own. Our predicted leverage over Spain would be 169. Still would result in a leverage disadvantage of negative 245. Do I not have Iberia listed as a... I don't. Boom. Change of plans. That'll help us out. What's going on here? War against Prussia, huh? Or not Prussia, Persia. If it was a war against Prussia, I'd be worried. I don't want you going to war with Prussia. I don't care to take Kamchatka or Alaska. Those are way too far away to be useful for us. I have zero reason to do a revoke claims. Could ban slavery. What does this get us? Out of curiosity game. If I attempt to do a ban slavery... well, actually, I won't be able to. I want to assume ban slavery would get us, like, prestige or something. I actually don't know, because I've never done it. I could offer you my support and then just literally not go and help you at all. What is your GDP out of curiosity? You are number 23 with a 6.85 million. I don't know what your tax revenue is like, because I believe that's what the war reps is based on. Well, general treasury income, and I just don't know what your treasury income is because the game does not allow me to see this information, unfortunately. I wish it did. That would be an interesting thing for me to see, but it would also potentially be a little bit too useful, I'm sure. Although considering your population is struggling, it's probably not going to do you a hell of a lot of good. You know what? Russia, I will join you in your war against Persia. You will have my backing. Am I actually going to help you? Not in the slightest. But I can tell you I can, and that's what matters most. Why are you... Russia still makes zero fucking sense to me. In Persia, they really do. Okay. Yep. No, like I was saying. War goals. War reps, Persia. I will help you. You will not have any help from me, though. You will be on your own. I'm not even going to raise an army to support you. I just cannot justify the cost of actually doing it. Not in our interest, sorry. I'm going to bother reading that. Students rally to enact homesteading. A group of students attending the university in Austria have arranged a demonstration in support of the movement to enact homesteading. The display has inspired other students to join the cause. The lecture hall was barren. There were always one or two students missing for illness, travel, or family occasions, but nothing of this scale. There were 3 or 4 students per row, each thrown into sharp contrast by the empty seats to their sides. It was material for a lecture of its own, he thought, like a heap of sand whose grains had blown away one after another until its form suddenly changed. So followed what had once been a class. Let's see. The youth will lead Austria-Hungary into the future. I'm still not enacting it right now. Oh, France is bankrolling Prussia. Fuck you, France. There we go, that helped us a little bit. Still not gonna have enough to actually get them on board, though. Not without some major changes. You need a leverage advantage of 200 or at least 200 to invite somebody, if I recall correctly. Yes. So those guys are gonna slowly work their way up to that. What are we looking at here? We're already maxed out, apparently. You have 0 economic dependence on us because I have not built anything in your territory because I don't have a investment agreement. That would certainly explain things. I don't really want to give you an obligation for it, though, if I'm completely honest. Slovakia, let's see if this will deal with your transportation shortage. You have an input goods shortage. What are you lacking? Oh, wood, it looks like. Why are you lacking wood? You don't have a logging camp. That's not going to help you. Of course, in theory, you're needing to import it from neighboring areas, which only helps so much. Austro-Hungarian Rhineland needs a railroad. We'll go ahead and queue one up there. Oh, okay. The guys wanting home. The students who wanted homesteading went home. They said, "Okay, I'm bored." Yeah, Russia, you show Persia how it's done. Yeah, those guys already lost. The people you were trying to support. Oh, and you apparently did not send any significant forces to your bit of land there for some reason. I don't quite know why. No. Everybody go bone china. Paper bleaching, thank you. That'll decrease the cost of... That'll help to decrease the cost of stuff there. Paper is so fucking expensive. Okie dokie then. Let's see, what do we want to get here now? Water tube boiler could be helpful, but nitroglycerin is also helpful. Or we can say, hey, we're kind of behind on the military stuff, so maybe we research that. So let's go ahead and do field works. And I think we'll do, well, no, not breech loading rifles, not yet. Let's do postal savings and modern sewage, I think. Are all fairly important parts. Apparently I need more glass factories. I'm sure we can get that arranged in the near future. Oh, okay, it looks like I can maybe afford to eke out 2 things to be built at the same time because paper is significantly cheaper now. And here we go, we have surveyed the Suez Isthmus. Our survey of the Suez Isthmus is complete. It would be possible to construct a canal linking the Mediterranean to the Red Sea. Next, we must acquire the land from Egypt. There has been a long-held belief that the water levels on either side of the Suez Isthmus differed greatly. We have now proven that is not the case. We can make a suitable offer to Egypt. This would allow us to acquire the territory peacefully. Or we can say, coercion is the simplest form of persuasion. This will decrease relations with Egypt and give us a claim on the Sinai. I am much more inclined to do that because I would rather just go to war and take it. We can do a return state. It will cost us very little. We don't need to worry about anybody supporting Egypt because the Ottomans aren't going to support them. They hate them. And really none of the other minor powers would ever support them. I think we're going to go ahead and kick off a returns the Suez to, or the state of Sinai to us. But also, we'll see if this works. It's a little bit hit or miss, honestly. So I'm just going to explain what I'm doing right now real quick. So the AI, their calculations are not necessarily the greatest. And so not always, but often, if an AI is particularly weak, if you don't really want to fight them necessarily, if you add a second war goal and you don't make it a primary demand, they will sometimes say, hey, giving into your primary demand is better for us than actually going to war and you potentially push, pursuing all of these war goals. For me, I typically choose something like war reparations, but theoretically you could choose ban slavery if you really wanted to. It doesn't really matter. It's a secondary demand. They will not give you the secondary. They will only give you the primary. So we're going to go ahead and say Egypt. I also want war reps. And they may also not, but they may back down as a result of this. Just because they decide, yeah, I don't think we have a particularly good shot. Of success here. Now it's kind of looking like they're probably not going to give in. Which is a shame because I would like to not fight them Mostly because it's expensive as fuck to send an army across the Mediterranean to fight. More than anything else. But I guess we'll see. It's looking like I'm probably going to have to fight them, which is a shame because also my navy is not actually big enough to send the larger armies across. So I may need to mobilize one of the small ones, which makes things even more expensive. Why are you fucking this up, Russia? How are you losing? Russia sucks. I'm just gonna call it now. Russia sucks. They can't even beat Persia on their own. And I'm not sending them troops. I'm not sending them troops to help them. Oh, there we go. Okay. Egypt just wanted to, you know, put me on edge. But there we go. Egypt decides to back down. They said, you know what? Actually, we don't have a chance of success here. So we're just going to go ahead and say, never mind. So we're going to go ahead and queue up the Suez and also queue up a port. Boom. Done. We got what we wanted. Now the Suez is expensive as fuck. It's going to take forever to build because there is basically zero construction efficiency in the Suez. Of course, that's largely because of turmoil, and there's nothing I can really do to deal with the turmoil. Outside of, you know, if I had the authority, maybe doing a greener grass campaign to try to encourage our people to move to Sinai rather than leaving it to the what is this mostly comprised of? Bedouin, mostly Bedouin. What's this? Hey, who are you? Oh, way down here. You are offering me. I'll accept. I have zero interest in actually going through with it. I think we're gonna have to just sort of stop with the oh, we can invite a country to our power block. Who can we invite? Oh, we can invite you. You're gonna decrease my cohesion by a fair bit. Why are you gonna decrease my I wish this would actually show me when I hovered over it why it would decrease my cohesion by so damn much. But whatever. Welcome aboard! As my cohesion... Oh, you declined. Fuck you then. Oh. Oh, okay. If you become my subject, I could choose to support you. Not that I would probably actually send the support. Oh, well, I'd have to. And we don't have the Suez yet, so I would have to sail all the way around Africa. Not a big fan of that, so I'm not going to support you. I'm sorry. If the Suez had already been built, I would maybe do it. But I don't feel like sailing around the entirety of Africa to get to you, because I don't think you're going to give me anything that I really care about. Just, you know, build a single conscript center or something and then raise that infantry. And you'll be good to go. Probably. You broke your defensive pact with me when you decided to decline. Why? That's just a dick move, dude. I need another rival. Nope, Prussia's my only option. I'm not going to frickin' declare Prussia a rival, game. No matter how much you want me to. I want to stop improving relations with you. I don't think I really need to decrease relations with France anymore, technically speaking. I only needed it so that I could declare them a rival. Once that was done, technically speaking, I was fine. Yeah, you guys aren't going to be getting those artillery guns until I get this port built, and that's still a little ways out. Come on, once you're done building the railroad, there we go, cash flow positive. Oops, got that built. Austria still doesn't quite have it. We'll survive. Oh, you're up. Ooh, you went down before, but you're back up now to 9.1. What is your expected standard of living? You have an average of 9.1, but what is your expected? Well, I guess we'll just have to pull it up here. Lower strata, lower. Nope, you're middle. You're middle. Lower. I wish I could really tell, honestly. Because the game doesn't really do a great job of I don't know why. So, I mean, oh, here we go. Minimum expected 5.6. Really? Do we have a bunch of people below 5.6? Oh, we do. We have apparently starving laborers in Istria, starving laborers in Franconia. I'm assuming I just need to build a shit ton more stuff in those places, I'm guessing. Realistically is the issue. Where's Franconia? Well, see, we say that. Well, I mean, it's 2.2k. I suppose that's a fair bit of people. Is it really that many, though? You have a population of 2 million in Franconia. 700,000. Well, so Istria. Okay, yeah. 6.49% is a fair bit. Is there anything that's worth building in Istria? Agriculture and plantations, except for the minor fact that this is a place that will revolt against us constantly. So do I really care to build it up? To which my answer is a resounding no, not at all. We could build up the vineyards. It has its uses, I guess. Could build the fishing wharfs. The laborers would do fine there, but it wouldn't deal with all the other people who are unemployed here, and as a result are tanking the stability. Let's grab Istria here just to... Jesus Christ, Istria is fucking shit. They are... Holy crap. Istria is just garbage. Logging camps, maybe? I mean, wood is still kind of expensive. I mean, not so much in the country as a whole, although it could certainly stand to be cheaper. I certainly wouldn't complain if wood was even cheaper. But you don't have a whole lot of logging camps that you can build here. Only 5 levels. That's not a whole lot. I'm a little more inclined to say, let's go for the fish, but then I need more clippers. Which means I need to build up our shipyards. And apparently this shipyard is losing money, which is why it doesn't have as many people. And oh, look at that. This uses laborers and machinists, 2 of the big groups that are losing money. Who'da thunk? It's interesting that they become more radical if I try to nationalize this, which, I mean, okay, I guess. In some ways that makes sense. Why exactly are you not doing so hot? I'm assuming it's because of the wood pricing and fabrics. Livestock ranches would help with the fabrics, and logging camps would help with the... okay, fine. I'll build you some damn logging camps. And by some, I mean one. And the wars are expensive, apparently. I may actually want to build a construction sector down here just for the slight bonus it'll provide. Although it's a very slight bonus, it really is. Okay, we just got logistics, which increases conscriptable battalions. I do not generally do conscripts. I don't like them. Holy shit, Russia's losing this war. I'm not raising any troops to help you, Russia. If you can't freaking win against Persia, there is something seriously wrong with you. I don't know how Russia is fucking this up so badly. I really don't. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say, oh, hey, look at all that bureaucracy we got. I wonder if I can increase. Nope, never mind. No, we can't. Why is this dropping? Oh, I'm assuming it's just because of, you know, you broke the agreement. I don't think that would make sense. Our defensive pact was giving so much. There, see, this will decrease the cost of wood. And decreasing the cost of wood will help you be able to build more clippers. Which will decrease the cost of clippers, which will get me more clippers. Notice how I need so many clippers. No, I need wood. We're not going to be focusing on hardwood. No good reason for that for us. God damn Persia, or Russia. Russia sucks. They really do. Do I just ditch them? There are no war goals against us. I'm gonna save just to be on the safe side. In case this doesn't work. I mean, it says all war goals against our country and subjects will be automatically enforced. They don't have any against us, so this should not impact us at all. Istria, how you guys doing? Is this making a real difference? Oh, you're having issues due to transportation. Don't worry, Istria, I will get right on that at some point between now and never. Well, that's not strictly true. I suppose I can actually build you a railroad now if I can find the railroad here. There it is. 37 weeks for that to be built. I would love to get local police force. Oh no, not local police force. Screw local police force. Dedicated is the way to go. Unless you want to make the armed forces happy, then you do militarized. Okay, fine. Fine. I will give you your damn landed voting since you're actually fucking throwing a revolution now for it. New mandate available. Let's decrease the mortality in our country. More pops means more taxes. Which means more money. Ooh, but I can't actually do that because I don't have the ability to propose any health system policies. Nobody's actually available for me to invite either. I'm gonna grant you the rest of the state. Oh, never mind. Apparently, I can only grant you the state of a neighbor. No. Why would I do that? That just seems weird. You're not super expensive, and I really want to lower yours. There we go. Army defense improves. Start funding a lobby as well. Yeah. The government is considered unacceptable because they're under a 50%. Okay, you're gonna take Circassia. That'll be interesting. Circassia, are you still guaranteed by... Yes, you are still guaranteed by the Free States of America, and actually apparently also France. No, Two Sicilies, I'm not giving you a defensive pact. Screw you. Is grain really still so fucking expensive? It is, apparently. Okay, I mean, I guess I gotta really find a way to decrease the price of grain. Oh. Rebellion in China. Again. It is interesting. the Chinese aristocratic revolt and China up here in oh well, they are actually in Beijing, interestingly enough. Yeah, that's never going to go anywhere because you don't have the ability to build a navy, or at least afford one in any serious capacity. But it's probably not going to go forever. Eventually the Chinese aristocratic revolt is going to lose just because of lack of war support. Potentially, yeah. They're eventually going to lack more support just because they don't own what they need to own to be able to press their demands, which in their case is, as is actually the case with like 99% of war goals in this game, owning the capital. For some reason, I don't know why, in Vicky 3, Paradox seemingly decided to move away from the sort of ticking war score system, for lack of a better way to describe it, that basically all other Paradox games have, where you declare war for X. Once you occupy X, you start getting ticking war score in your favor, or in the case of Vicky 3, the enemy would start losing war support, to put it more accurately. But for some reason, for basically like 90% of war goals in Vicky 3, and actually I'm just saying 90%, it might even be literally every single one. But for some reason in Vicky 3, the decision seems to have been made to where war support is basically a, is your capital occupied, yes or no? If your capital is occupied, you are losing war support as a result of that, and are actually able to go under 0, which is sort of the baseline that everybody ends up at if you just sort of end up with a stalemate of a war. There are ways to still decrease it below 0, even without taking the enemy capital, technically speaking. Well, I say that that's not actually really accurate. But it's, I don't know why they decided to go with this system. I'm in many ways not a big fan of a, oh, you need to take the enemy capital to make peace. Because I wouldn't say that that's necessarily accurate for 19th, early to mid 20th century warfare. It really isn't. How many of the sort of major wars that happened during this era ended specifically because the enemy took your capital? Not very many, realistically. You know, most of these, the wars ended just because it became a slog in many ways. And basically one side said, hey, yeah, we're getting our asses kicked and we're not a big fan of that, so how about we make peace now? So that would probably be my biggest complaint about warfare, specifically in Vicky 3, is that a lot of it requires taking the capital. And this is going to be annoying for us when we go for German unification, because guess whose capital we're going to have to basically occupy to be able to end the war in something other than a white peace? Oh yeah, France. And I'm not looking forward to that. France is, I mean, we can deal with France. The reality is, once we launch German unification, and especially if we get Prussia to support us for it, boom. This is over. We're done. We win. If we can get Prussia to support us. But trying to actually take and push through this is going to be annoying. It really is. Now, we can obviously prepare ourselves to an extent. France has a slightly larger army than us right now, but again, if we get Prussia to back us, we would absorb their army, and same with all of the other minor German states that would join in as supporting us. Even the ones that don't support us, we would occupy their land and eventually they would capitulate, and we would then proceed to take over their militaries. at the drop of a hat with basically zero turnaround time. But of course, we can also build up our military more, and we probably will. The reality is, I think a lot of our armies are going to probably look a lot like, I guess, one corps commando here of 50 infantry, 20 artillery, and 20 lancers. And it's just kind of going to build like that, generally speaking, I think. But for now, the big thing for us really right now is just kind of focus on trying to get our economy fixed up, because again, we are spending a shit ton of money on interest, because interest is 33,000. Not fun. And of course, we need to find ways to make our military goods cheaper, because if we build up our military, it's gonna make what we need more expensive. Hope everybody's gonna make that switch. But I think that's gonna be it for this part. I will see you all next time, where we will be continuing again, just sort of focusing on trying to get Prussia to like us enough to support us for German unification, hopefully, while also trying to fix up our economy, because it's, again, that interest is killing us. It built up because of, well, us building stuff. But we need to find a way to get this dealt with in some way. I need to improve my legitimacy so it doesn't tank our power blocks cohesion. But let's go ahead and save. I don't think we're gonna get the Suez Canal actually built next part, just for the simple reason that it is 327 weeks out. Yeah, I don't see us making that. I really don't. If we get modern sewage, that'll help a little bit, but let's see, we're 18 months out from getting postal services, and this is, according to the game, 12 months out to complete the government construction. So yeah, that's not happening in time, unless I reverse this order, but even then it's not going to happen in time. I really need to build more where is it? Oh, is it? It's under development, I think, right? Yeah, universities. I would need to build more universities in places. I'd like to have one in each place, just because of the qualifications improvements. But that's gonna be a while because it is so damn expensive. But I'll see you all next time. Till then, goodbye and farewell.